Alright guys, finally back with the long-awaited and anticipated MT12 adapter, the Sim2RC. Alright, so I'm just packing up my next level racing victory cockpit here. This cockpit's actually super nice. I really like driving my RC cars and sim racing with this thing. The seat is super nice, very comfortable. It is a bit heavy, but it's somewhat foldable, and I do manage to just take it anywhere that I want to drive my RC cars at the moment. So I'm just going to take this to my local hobby shop and set up for some mini Z driving. And here we are, right away. This is the hobby shop in Leander, Texas. They're always hooking me up with kind of some time to do whatever I want, film whatever I want. It's pretty sweet. Good shop. I'll have their website in the description. So yeah, this is actually pretty easy to set up. The Radio Master MT12 is what I use, and actually this adapter will work with any radio that's Edge TX capable. I've got the ELRS version with the 4-in-1. So here's the Sim2RC adapter. And so yeah, I'm going to show you how simple this plug and play is. So essentially this guy in the Facebook group, the FPV RC cars, he came up with an adapter, sent me one as a test piece, worked great. Told him, hey, you should make a batch. Let's just sell them for people who want to just like spend the money and not worry about programming their own devices. And so this is literally plug and play, and will definitely be, even if you don't own a Radio Master or Edge TX Space Radio MT12, you don't own any of that, the cost of the adapter plus the radio is still going to be significantly cheaper than FlySky Noble NV4 Pro Plus with some other cool features. All right, so trainer port right there on the left, and then trainer cable. So with this first version of this adapter, so the trainer port's on the left, headphone jack on the right, so make sure it goes on the left there. This first version just uses 2 channels, just throttle and steering. I am hoping for another one to get done where you can, for my infraction with the handbrake, I would like a 3rd channel so I can assign that to the steering wheel as well. So yeah, here's the adapter, trainer port plugged in, then it just needs a 5-volt power input, and then the steering wheel input plugged in. And that is pretty much it. Once you power it on, it is ready to drive. All right, so that's my power bank there on the right. I use that to run in the field, and I don't have to have access to outlets anywhere. So there's a USB-A to USB-C adapter. I plug the steering wheel into that. Obviously it goes where the little picture of the wheel is on there. And then next is a 5-volt power supply. So I just plug in USB-A for my power adapter, and then the other end is a USB-C, and I plug that into the Sim2RC device right here. Yeah, and essentially once the radio and once the steering wheel is plugged in, radio's turn. Once you plug in the steering wheel, it'll calibrate, and then once the radio's on, it's basically ready to go. I do like this adapter a lot, actually. And then so we see here I've got several vehicles assigned to it already. That is definitely the great thing with this setup. Alright, so here I'm just basically showing you how you can unplug. I'll unplug it here so the Sim2RC powers off. And then once I plug it in, that's it. The whole system is on and ready to go. I've done this in like several different orders, like not paying any attention to anything, and I haven't gotten it to not work. This is for sure the most easiest reliable adapter that I have. So the steering wheel I have, it's the Logitech G29. It's currently the only supported steering wheel, but it needs to be on the PC input. I did try the PS4, PS5. Those do not work. It has to be on PC. If you have the PS3, the older PS3, PS4 only Logitech G29, I cannot confirm that it works for those. If you know a way to activate PC mode on those, please leave it in the comments, because people with the NB4 Pro Plus have not been able to, who spent the money to get that set up, have not been able to use it. I don't have one of those wheels, so I can't troubleshoot it myself. And there you can see the readings of me turning the steering wheel and doing the throttle and the brakes, so you can get your readings there. So yeah, on the screen itself, all I have for settings on the setup is I've got the internal RF turned off. The ELRS is turned off, and you don't have to, but I did, just because I had an issue with one of my SCX6 when I had that turned on along with the foreign one. So I turn it off, and then I just leave external on if I'm using a non-ELRS receiver. I don't know. Somebody who's an expert in it can definitely chime in the comments on what their recommendations are. So trainer 1, trainer 2, steering and throttle. So for the Kyosho's, channel 1 is your steering, and then channel 2 is going to be the throttle, and you just assign those with a trainer there. So features: D-pad up, D-pad down, D-pad right, D-pad left. This is going to be your increase speed, increase the degrees of rotation, and decrease. So here, this is a full 900 on a Mini Z. With how short these tracks are, I don't like driving at 900 degrees. This will go all the way down to 270 degrees, and you can see here how little of a turn it is to get max turn. This is too sensitive for me for any type of driving. I don't like that. I typically like it somewhere in the middle. So I usually hit, I'll set it all the way down to 0, or down to 270, and then I'll just hit to the right a few times. I usually run somewhere around 540 or 630 degrees rotation, I think. Or maybe I got the numbers wrong. Either way, it's somewhere in the middle is where I like it. That's kind of the sweet spot for me anyway. When I have set this up for kids, like the Mini Z club that FPV-RC racing club that I started with at my kids' school. Those rigs, most of those kids, when they use this, they prefer it really sensitive. They like it on the highest sensitivity, 270 degrees or one step up from there. Most of them like it really sensitive. But me, I like it somewhere in the middle. When I drive for Mini Zs, when I drive my infraction, I turn it up to the second to lowest sensitivity. I don't go full 900, but I'll set it to 810, whatever the next level down is. And so yeah, here's a little driving demo. It's on, set up, and this is it. So basically here I'm just kind of messing with my settings a little bit. But yeah, so I still have my NB4 Pro Plus. I do still use it. But I don't, it's not this is the one typically that I'm using the most. Sim2RC does have an RF kit, which somebody was nice enough to send out to me just for me to kind of try it out, because he doesn't have a full racing cockpit, but he went ahead and bought it and was like, hey, can I send this to you? And then you just test it out and see what you think. And so I did, and it's good. I like it, but the setup is definitely more. It is not plug and play and user friendly as this is. This one is as simple as it gets. Who this kit is for is someone who does not want to spend the time programming their own device. Not that there's resources. You can absolutely do this on your own, and you can do this really cheap. This device, the guy I'm working with, this will be sold for $140 on my Etsy shop. We have a really limited supply. I think we're starting with 12 devices on there. In the description there will be a coupon code for $20 off, so you can get this thing for $120. If you don't have an MT12 radio, the MT12 radio right now, last I checked, is $180. $180 plus $120, $300. The NB4 Pro Plus, it's a $520 radio. And then if you want to drive a Mini Z, you need to buy the $30 adapter for it. So this one, end of the day, much cheaper. You're saving hundreds of dollars. It's still plug and play, super easy. Reach out with any questions, suggestions. What wheels do you want to see supported? I'm thinking Moza R3 would probably be the next one to do. I'll probably do another video on the Sim2RC one at some point, just so you can kind of see. But yeah, this is it. Check the link in the description. Don't forget the coupon code. Score this setup. Like I said, just reach out to me on any of my social medias if you have any questions. I can absolutely walk you through any hiccups with setups. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. and more to come soon. Till next time, guys.